Hello, welcome to my life. Today I'll be doing a makeup tutorial for beginners, and I'll be showing you what you need as a beginner to start your makeup and how to use them. Okay, first of all, we're going to be starting with our eye makeup. For your eye makeup, what you need is a spoolie or a brow brush. It's used for brushing your brows. And when you're brushing your brows, you should brush them upward. Nelly, thank you for joining me. Miriam, thank you for joining me. Baby Martin, thank you for joining. So you brush your brows upward. Then you need a brow pencil. Amparo, thank you for joining me. A brow pencil. You need a pencil to draw your brows and for you to line your lips. So I'll use this to draw my brows. You want to make sure you're following your own natural brow lines. I'm just going to make hairline strokes at the front. Mio Labeya, thank you for joining. Okay, now after lining the front, you want to go ahead and line the bottom, and you want to be very light-handed when you're doing that. You don't want to press your pencil too hard. Going to line the bottom, the other side. You want to make sure your pencil is sharp, like really sharp. Because if your pencil is not sharp, you're not going to be able to make this tiny line. So now I'm going to draw the top, starting from where I end, not here, but here, and link it. Like that. Then you want to start filling in the brows at the end of the brows. You want to fill that in with hair-like strokes. Just fill in until you're satisfied with the darkness of the brows. After you're done filling that in, you want to go back in with your spoolie, your brow brush, and just brush that. And I'm not brushing the front, I'll just leave it like that. Paola, thank you for joining. Please tap your screen as you join me. Francisco, thank you for joining me. So you have your brows drawn. So after you want to finish drawing your brow, you need a concealer. You need a concealer. It's used to clean up your brows and to highlight your face. Then you need a flat brush like this. So I'll apply the concealer at the back of my hand, like that. Then with the brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of the concealer. Just a little bit. Then start to cleaning up my brows. It makes your brow look neat. Like your concealer brush is one of the first brushes you need to get when you're starting your makeup. This flat brush, you need to get it. You don't have a choice, but you really have to get a concealer brush. Then the next brush you want to get is a brown brush, a round brush like this to blend your concealer. I'll just use that to blend my concealer. I'm just blending the back first so it doesn't crease up. Now I'm going to take a darker shade of the concealer, this one, with the brush. Then I'll use that to conceal the front part of the brow. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Rosie, thank you. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. Mamadou, thank you for joining me. Please power tap your screen for me. So I'm just pulling the excess that I have on the brush onto my eyelid. Then I'll still go ahead and just blend it again. At the top of my brows, I'm going to be using my foundation. This is the one I'll be using. So I'll just shape that at once before I continue. Violet, thank you for joining. Yvonne, hi. Thank you for joining my live. Okay, now my brows are looking good. I'll go on to my eyes, my eyeshadow. Now, as a beginner, what you need an eyeshadow base. You can use your concealer. It works perfectly with your concealer. You want to get a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin shade, like this one, and this one is really affordable. Or you want to get a base, this one, and it's also two shades lighter than my skin shade. So I'll be going in with this base first. I'll just apply a little bit on my lid like this. Now with the brush, you see why I said you need a brush like this? Because you will be using it a lot for your concealer, blending your concealer. So I'll just blend. I'm just tapping that into my skin. Make sure that it's well blended before you start going in with your product. So you also need a beauty sponge. This comes in handy when you're blending your makeup. You need a sponge like this. These sponges are really affordable on Amazon. So with a sponge like this, it helps to blend your makeup. And when you want to use it, you want to make sure that the sponge is damp, not wet. Like it's just feel like when you squeeze all the water from it. Then with a paper towel, I'm just going to squeeze the excess so water is not dripping from it. Now I'll use that to blend. Okay, now you need an eyeshadow palette. When you want to get an eyeshadow palette, you want to go for an eyeshadow palette that has different shades in it. For example, this one from Morphe X James Charles palette. This one comes with different variety of shades in there. You can see you have all these nude shades over here. Then you have this light shades over here. So you can create so many different eyeshadow look with this palette. And also you have these ones in here. You can use these ones for your highlight. This is a shimmer shade for your highlight. Then these ones, you use this for your blush. So when you're getting a palette, just try and go for a palette that has different tones. Just invest on that, and you will not need to get more palettes. So after you get your palette, you want to get your brushes, because you need a brush to use to apply the foundation, the eyeshadow. So I have 3 different brushes that I normally use. I use these 3 brushes. This one, I use it when I want to be precise, like I want the eyeshadow to be on a particular spot. I use this one. Then I normally use this one to apply my eyeshadow. Then I use this one to blend it, or maybe something bigger like this to blend the eyeshadow. So now we're going to start applying our eyeshadow. Excuse me. I'll be using this Morphe palette, and also with the Be Perfect Cosmetic Rain palette. This palette too is also nice. It comes with different tones. You can see you can create so many different looks with this. So what I'll do is I'll take the brush. I'll take this one, pick up a shade, a color. Then you want to make sure that there are no creases before you start applying your shadows. What I mean by that is, if you take a look, you see those lines. You don't want those lines when you want to start applying your eyeshadow. You want to make sure that you blend it. If not, the eyeshadow is just going to sit in those lines. Friday Osas, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Please power tap your screen for me. So after blending now, I'll take the first shade I want to use, and I'll just tap. Just going to tap that shade. Hello Hannah, thank you for joining me. So I'm just going in with this first shade. I'll just keep applying the shade until I get until I'm satisfied before I will take the next shade. Thank you. Like you want to blend the shade out of the eyeshadow. You don't just want to pack it and leave it. You want to make sure that you're blending it. Like you want to blend until you feel your hand hurting, like, because if your hands are not hurting while you're blending, it means you haven't blended well. Like I'm still in that same shade. Just you want to walk slowly, like take a little bit and build the color. You blend and you keep building the color like that until you're satisfied with the depth of the shade. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. Now I'm going to take this brush. It's another fluffy brush. I'm going to take the first shade. The first shade, I'm going to take another shade. This shade will be lighter than this first one I used. So with this first shade, I'm going to blend this outer corner of the, with this shade, I'm going to blend the outer corner. So you just want a soft blend in that area. I need to drink water. You need a soft blend in that area. Like, you don't necessarily need to carry a shadow to ride up, you know. I'm taking that up because I want it to show. I have a small eyelid, so if I don't carry it up, when I'm cutting the crease, it's going to clean up the majority of the shadow. So that's why I'm taking it a little bit up to my brow bone. You don't necessarily need to do that. If you have a bigger lid, then you just leave it only in a little bit above the crease area, like above this eye socket area. Lyrica, thank you for joining me. Please power tap for me. Hosanna, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm happy with the blend. I'll take a shade that is a little bit darker than this one. Now I'm going to put it a little bit lower than the first shade. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, appreciate it. Like, we want that area to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going in there. Erika, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like, you can see the way I'm blending. I'm not doing this. I'm not sweeping. I'm like going round and round like this on the spot, then moving. I'm not dragging like this. I'm not doing that. You don't want to do that. You're going to move the shadows, and maybe you're going to take it to where you don't want it to be. So that's why you see I drop it, then do this and move, take it back. Okay, when you're blending your eyeshadow, that's what you want to do. You don't want to sweep the product. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Like, you're the best. Thank you so much. Okay. So now I'm going to take the brush that I used for this brush. Take a little bit of that first shade. and just brush the edge of that, just to make sure that I have that shade in there, because we don't want our shades to fade away. So we want to try to bring them back by going in again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Wow, we're on 1K. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm just going to bring the shade back. So now you can see that blend. I'm going to cut the crease. Now, cutting the crease, as a beginner, if you're a beginner, you don't necessarily need to. You can start with normal, simple eyeshadow looks until when you're good, then you start cutting the crease. Or you can still just go ahead and cut the crease and learn from any mistake that you made. So I'm going to use a white base to cut my crease. And since I want the base to be white, I'll first of all clean the area where I want to cut the crease. To clean that, you need a Q-tip, a cotton board, or whatever you call it. You need this. And you need a makeup remover or Vaseline, because Vaseline also works so well with that. You need a makeup remover or micellar water, any one of your choice. Now, to mark out is where I want my crease to be, what I normally do is I'll take a small brush. I'll take a small brush like this. What is this? Thank you, Lyric. I appreciate you. You're almost at 2,000. Thank you so much. I'll take a small brush like this. Okay. You can also take, if you don't have this type of a brush, you can take this one, right? Anyways, I'm going to use this one. You can take this one. You take your product. Is it the Vaseline you're using? This one is a makeup remover gel. So I'll take the gel. And I'm going to use this gel to mark out where I want to cut my crease. I'm not going to go too high with that. Hello, thank you for joining me. You can see how it's melting that makeup already. So I'm not going to I'm not going to be taking it too high. It doesn't really show now. When I'll clean it, you'll see. But this one melts the makeup. It's the e.l.f. Makeup. I don't know. I don't have the bottle here to tell you the name, but it's from e.l.f. It's a makeup wipe, a remover. Gel. It's a gel. It cleans your makeup, like just dissolve everything. So after doing that, I'll take the wipe. Just take a look at that. You can see how it cleans it. You see? With this, you don't necessarily need a makeup. In my micellar water, I don't need a makeup remover. Just with this, it cleans it so well. Thank you, Lyrica. Like, I need people like you in my life. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you. And you? Hope you're doing well. Happy Sunday. You can see how that is clean. So I'm just going to clean this other area, the lid area. Please, guys, you people should learn from Lyrica. Look at what she's doing. Please power tap for me. Power tap for me. Okay, you can see that is clean. I'm going to use a little bit of makeup wipe to just make sure that that area is free from any orange shade. Now with the dry Q-tips, I'm going to use this to clean again, just to make sure that it's dry. Like I'm doing all this process because I am going to use a white base. And you know what white does? White absorbs all the colors that you put it on top. Yeah, kind of. Yes, I do, but not too pronounced. There are some people that their hooded eyes is impossible. Like I have it, but not too much. That's why I took my foundation, my eyeshadow up. So it will show when I look up, when I look straight. You see? You can see this. That's why I took my eyeshadow a little bit above my crease. So when I close my eyes, it can be visible. Okay. So now I have that. I'm going to use this small brush again, but this time it's clean because I'm going to be taking the white base. So I'm just using a makeup brush cleaner to clean it. So now it's clean. I'm going to take the white base. Just take a little bit at a time and make my line. If you have a problem drawing your crease, cutting your crease, try this method and then let me know. It has worked for me. Like, it's been working for me. So after I do that, I'm going to take a flat brush, concealer brush. Just pick the color. Now it's easy for you to just bring it down. You're not going close again to the line, since your line is already straight. So you want to just bring that down. You see? Madama, thank you for joining me. Please power tap your screen as you join me. So you want to just now feel it. Just use it to feel it. You're not taking it to the line again because you already have your straight line. So when you get your white, when you finish cutting your crease, you want to set that white up so it doesn't crease. I'm going to take a white base, a white eyeshadow. I'm going to take a white eyeshadow, this one. Then you want to take that with a brush, a clean brush. You want to make sure that the brush you're using to take that white is clean. If it is not clean, it's going to absorb the color. So you want to, I'm just tapping before I go on top of it with the color. Just looking for a clean brush. Just take a clean flat brush like this. I'm just going to tap. You don't want to start doing blending. Just tap on it to set.
Nothing is cold, is it?
No,
Yeah, cool.
you're not okay. Take something. Like before I go in on top of it, I want to make sure I'm just tapping again with the brush I use in cutting the crease. I'm just tapping that just in case I have any creasing on that before I go in and set it. You don't want to go in and set it when you have lines on it. It's going to sit on that line and it's not going to look good. So you want to make sure that there are no creases before you go in with your shadow. So after setting that, the colors I use at the top, I'm going to use them at this corner to use them to blend that. First of all, I'll first just use my finger to tap and make sure that that hash lines, I don't have that hash line there. You want to get rid of that hash line. You see that? You can also use a brush to do this, but your fingers will do it well. Will do a great job. So I'll start first with the darker shade, like the last shade I used, which was a darker shade. I'll start first with that, and I'll just blend that in like this. So this is the darkest shade I'm applying right now. So this is the brush I use for the first shade. I'm going to take that first shade and just a little bit on top of that one and blend it towards the white. Then the last shade I'll use is the lightest shade I use at this area. So I'll still go in back into the white. Just use that to bring it back. So this is what it's looking like. Please guys, my life is going to, TikTok is going to end this live if we don't activate it. I'm begging you guys, Eva, please power tap for me, activate me the live. If not, it's going to turn it off. Please, if you're watching me, help me, I beg you, help to power tap your screen for me. Power tap your screen for me so they don't, so TikTok does not turn off my life, please. If I don't call your name, no, it's difficult for me to pronounce and I don't want to butcher your name. Marie, thank you for joining me. Eva, thank you for joining. Aisa, thank you for joining. Masua, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Mo, sorry for butchering your name. I'll just cut part of the name. Idibe, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Ise, thank you. I appreciate you. Please power tap for me. I beg you. Power tap. TikTok is threatening to turn off my life. because it's too quiet. Please help me to power tap. Help me to activate the live, please. So I'm going to, another thing you need is an eyeliner. When you're starting, you need an eyeliner. You can use a black pencil, and it's really good to start with a pencil because it's easy to use. So you can start with a black pencil like this. I'm going to use it so you see that it also works if you don't have a liquid eyeliner. You can see you want to make sure that it's sharp. Then with this, I'm going to just make my line. So I have my line there. I'm going to make this other side. Okay, I use this to make my lines. It make it easy for me. Then I'll just go in now with the liquid liner to fill that in. This side first. This side is difficult. I'm going to fill in the other side. Penta, thank you for joining me. And Deme, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Please power tap your screen for me. Power tap for me. Then you need lashes. If you don't know how to do lashes, if you're a beginner, you can start learning, but you can do your makeup and just use mascara to brush that up and you're good to go. But I'll be using these lashes and a lash glue. So if you're using lashes, you need a lash, a pair of lashes, and a lash glue. So this is the lash glue. To apply your lash, I normally apply it first at the on my lash line, but I'm not going to be doing that today because it makes it it's difficult to clean that. So since I'm not going anywhere with this makeup, I'm just doing it for the purpose of this live video. I'm not going to be applying the lash glue on my lash line. I'm just going to apply it on the lashes like that. Then when you apply it on the lashes, you want to let that sit and get tacky. Like you want to let it clear a little bit. When you do that, it will just stick without giving you troubles. So I'll just apply that. Awa, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you. So I'm just applying the glue on my lash. Like that. I'm going to let this sit. So since I'll not be waiting for it to get tacky, I'll start with my face makeup.